I'm not prepared to make that decision at this time because I have not been adequately informed.
Oh, what a perfect response. He takes his bullshit lining and just turns it right back on him, right onto the meat and potatoes. I'm not prepared because I've not been adequately informed. Straight up out of this thing they respect called the Bill of Rights, a bunch of amendments to a constitution, none of which is relevant to virtually any degree in 2016. If you go through and read the first 10 amendments to the Constitution, you will see so much terminology in there and so much intent for protection apparently by the authors. I mean, that's what it appears to be. And yet today it's absolutely nothing. And because they took a secret second language that nobody speaks, and it's called legalese, and you can speak English and morph it with legalese and hide what you're actually doing from people. It is the slickest, sophisticated hustle yet devised by corrupt governments. And it's just another form of taxation and theft. That's all it is. Bullies with guns stealing from you. It's no different than some bully in high school taking your lunch money. And if you just lay down for this crap, you're just paying him. How does people... I don't understand, I don't have the DNA for this. I don't know how people can just be cowards and then wake up and look themselves in the mirror or have kids and claim to know what's best for them. These people have no skills except other than authority and bullying. And they know that it's either this career or nothing, or they're screwed. They basically have a high school education and they're back with the common folk. This is just an epidemic of evil, really, and it's just not even recognized as such. This guy's making it easy to see, though. It's incredible. I'm listening to it now. It's just incredible.
Okay. Well, I don't know what other information you need or...
He's said it 1,000,000 times. A copy of the evidence of jurisdiction from the prosecution, so that's a blatant lie.
Would seek, I can't supply you with any more information than I have.
Yes, you can. That's a lie.
If you want do you want the court to appoint an attorney to represent?
No, obviously he doesn't. He said it 1,000,000 times he doesn't, and you're just using that as an escape tactic to try and hurry and get off the bench because you know you're getting your fucking ass kicked on the transcript.
I can't make that determination at this time because
Okay.
I still believe there may be a conflict of interest in this case, and I would like to clarify.
Nice. So the judge is trying to get it on the transcript that Robbie's Oh, god damn it. The judge is trying to get it on the transcript that our hero here is trying to refuse to plea. And he's just using kind of slick words to do it. But of course our hero here is turning it back on him and saying, oh, there's a conflict of interest. This isn't fair and meaningful hearing, implying that. You know what I mean?
In what way? What do you mean by that?
Well, are you paid by the state of Oregon?
I've answered that question, and that...
You answered it by saying you weren't going to answer questions about your employment. You answered it by saying you weren't going to answer it. That's not an answer.
Would not... all judges are paid by the state of Oregon, all state judges. So...
Oh, all state judges, so I'm part of a group, many do it. If somebody's doing it wrong, it's okay if everybody's doing it wrong.
But would it be a conflict of interest if you were employed by the plaintiff?
Would it be a conflict of interest if you were employed by the plaintiff? Woo! Interesting, hero. Where are you going with this? I love that question.
If I were employed by the district attorney's office, you mean?
No, if you were employed by the complainant.
No.
So the judge tried to turn it into something acceptable that he could answer. You mean employed by the district attorney's office? Because then he could easily say no. And the hero here recognizes that little trick and goes, no, by the complainant. Because if you look who made the complaint, it's the state of Oregon. Right? And still the judge is like, no.
It's a separation of powers.
A separation of powers. This ought to be rich.
Situation. The judicial department is separate from the executive branch, and that they both are part of the state of Oregon.
The judicial is separate from the executive branch? Or even if he's legislative branch? So there's a separation of powers? Why? Because we're dependent on your good ethics to keep that line clear? This judge, you know, I rarely I've never said before that a judge is stupid, because most of them are very smart manipulators. They're very crafty, you know. But this guy's a dumb person and a judge. He's just dumb, because the tactics that he's using are extremely limited, unimaginative, and ineffective. And that's a rare combination.
But they're separated from one another, so no, there's no conflict there.
Point of clarification, am I also a part of the state of Oregon?
I don't know.
This is great. This is so great. The judge is entertaining this. So our hero asks, clarification, am I also part of the state of Oregon? And the judge is like, oh, how do I make this look good on the transcript? How do I make this? Obviously, he's not the confrontational bully type. This judge is probably considered weak and never get promoted past this.
I don't know.
I don't know if you're part of the state of Oregon. You don't know?
Are you a citizen of the state?
I wouldn't know how to determine whether or not I was a citizen, that's why.
So the judge just asked him if he's a citizen of the state. Will you please make a claim so I can rule over you? And of course, Hero recognizes that crap. And I wouldn't know how to make the determination. Or you could say, I'm not here, I don't have to make any claims, whether I am or I'm not. I'm being accused of a crime or a complaint, and I'm asking for clarification as to the nature and cause of this accusation. It's part of a fair and meaningful hearing. Maybe you've heard the term.
Attempting to ask this court,
Okay.
I
I can't answer that question for you.
I can't answer that question for you. I can't answer. I just can't. I'm not going to. It's just lies, lies, lies.
It appears that we're not going to participate in community court today, for sure. And
It appears we're not going to, for sure. Oh, it seems. Oh, it might be.
and it doesn't look like.
It doesn't look like. Do you hear all the pre-qualifications of uncertainty with this guy? That's okay. One of the rare things I can add to what the hero is doing here, because he's already doing such an amazing job. I would add, objection, point of clarification. Judge, I need you to please be more specific as if you are saying something for sure or not. I notice that you use a lot of it looks to be, it appears to be, it might be, and that's very confusing and vague, and that's why a lot of these clarifications come up, is to clear up the vagueness. So if you can just do your job without using those terms, I think it would save the court's time and efficiency. Something like that, but shorter, right? I'm just drawing it out for the viewer here.
I'm not seeing much likelihood that the matter will proceed to community court. How long does Mr.
What did he say? It doesn't. Sure, if the matter will proceed in the court, then how long will what? I didn't even get what he's saying there.
Do I pronounce that correctly?
Yes.
How long does Mr. have to consider that option?
Maybe he turned to the prosecutor and said, "How long does our hero have to consider that option?"
Your Honor, given that Mr. seems to be unsure.
Okay, now the prosecutor's talking and he says, "Your Honor, Mr. Hero seems to be unsure
Whether he wants to retain an attorney at this time or not.
whether he wants to retain an attorney at this time or not." Bullshit. Hero does not want to retain an attorney. Hello.
I have provided him an offer.
That'd be objection, clarification. He's not drawing that on anything I said. He's just making that up and lying. I have said I do not want an attorney, just to clarify, for the record.
It sounds like you may need time to confer with counsel, perhaps review the discovery with counsel to make that determination.
Perhaps review discovery with counsel to make that determination. He's probably saying, "Oh, we're looking for a plea deal." He's putting on the record that the quote-unquote defendant is the one who's unsure, and he's unsure if he wants to get an attorney or not. Maybe we just got to talk to him a little bit more in the interest of justice and get this thing. It's a henchman and his little servant boy attempting to steal from the hero here. Reach in his back pocket, pull out his cash, put it back in, look at him with a little smile, tap him on the shoulder and say, "Go about your way, sport. Have a nice day."
If the court wants to set a further community court date to allow that time, I would
Oh, an extension. Good job, prosecutor. Just go ahead and use that tactic of a bullshit extension for no reason. Oh, yeah, that's rich. That's real original. Oh, yeah. You guys are getting creamed, destroyed, annihilated by a guy who was so clueless as to the law about a month ago, a month prior to this, that he allowed himself to get arrested because he didn't even recognize the legalese in what a cop was saying to arrest him. Otherwise, he never would have done it. He did not go to the airport looking to get arrested. He went to the airport not looking to get molested by TSA. And then they took away the option for the metal wand scanner, and he said he wanted that anyway, and they said, no, leave the metal. And he said, no, I want the metal wand scanner, and boom, you're arrested. And he goes from that, which I kind of clowned him for a little bit, but not, just didn't know, to kicking this judge's ass in a month. A month. Is this sinking in? 0 to kicking judicial ass in a month. There are several people, along with myself, who can turn that kind of result out of anyone, as long as you're willing to truly listen to what we're saying and practice in the way that we're saying. A month. God, this guy just makes me so proud. He's not the only one. I know of 2 others right off the top of my head who have done the exact same thing and blown the doors off the courtroom. Kaboom! Just like this. These judges have nothing. They're being exposed for exactly what they are.
Would you like to take additional time to consider whether you want to do this? Or
Another BS tactic of trying to stall, and the hero's going to say, no, fool, where's the evidence of jurisdiction?
is this all about whether this court has jurisdiction over you?
Well, I'm just attempting to find out why this can't be handled today. It is my intention,
Good job bringing up the vagueness. It is my intention, he says.
like I said, to plead guilty once I see evidence of jurisdiction.
Okay.
So I'm not sure why that is being refused.
Yeah. So I'm not sure why that is being refused. You're refusing to allow me to know whether or not jurisdiction exists. Because I'm ready to plead guilty and pay the fine. Why are you talking about extension in trial?
Because I can't supply you with any other information about jurisdiction.
Yeah, you can't, because your career is based on a hustle. You're a hypocrite times a trillion. That's a big kind of hypocrite. It's more than a billion hypocrite.
You're not providing you. If that's not sufficient, then we can't do it today. If you're not.
You can't get it done because you can't get it done, and I moved to dismiss this case based on the fact that you said I'm presumed innocent of jurisdiction, and they haven't provided any evidence of jurisdiction to the contrary.
If that's the
That would have been a great opportunity to move to dismiss.
hang up here. You want to talk to one of the attorneys about whether this court has jurisdiction?
Oh, okay, well, you don't want an extension. I'll try this again. Do you please want to talk to one of the attorneys? Maybe they can convince you and manipulate you into just assuming this, bending the knee and obeying us.
That's fine.
Point of clarification, would having an attorney then, would you then provide evidence of jurisdiction to that attorney that you're
This is one of our counter tactics, and he just used it brilliantly. I'm going to rewind it so you can hear the whole thing. So the judge said, in essence, it's the tactic of saying, well, do you want an attorney? Why don't you get an attorney? Maybe he can help you. And after you're asking for evidence of jurisdiction, you can just point this out to the judge. Objection, point of clarification. Are you suggesting that an attorney that I may get for on my side would be able to provide me a copy of the evidence of jurisdiction from the prosecutor? Yes or no?
not willing to provide to me?
I wouldn't provide any information to your attorney.
Would
I just got to listen to it again. It was just so beautiful.
having an attorney then, would you then provide evidence of jurisdiction to that attorney that you're not willing to provide to me?
That you're not willing to provide to me? Less than a month, people. Less than a month.